Bitcoin, $15 is inevitable. Doge to $15. That's what we're going to talk about right now, as we have seen the entire crypto market with a little bit of a bump over the last week, and a pretty large bump in January as a whole. The largest month for Bitcoin in over 10 years for January. Incredible to see. And take a look at this. This is other good news. 86.4 thousand active addresses, largest 2-day stretch since November 2nd and November 3rd for Dogecoin. Plus, we've had 523 100K plus whale transactions, which is the highest since November 27th. So both of those, the first time in 2 months that we have seen the transactions this high. And importantly, it's not based off of an Elon Musk news event. This is just simply the numbers being good because the numbers are, at this point, following the market. And it's in combination with Dogecoin just looking bullish and people being optimistic in it. It's not just some big catalyst that causes a spike and then fall. This is real steady growth over time. And that's exactly what I love to see. You can see the Dogecoin price along this chart. We're seeing very strong support as it continues to uptrend. This is a very bull market type energy that we have not seen in like a year, in like forever, right? It's been a long time since the dawn of time. We haven't seen anything quite like this. Take a look though. You can see the damage of credibility to ChatGPT engineers building political bias pretty irreparable, says Lee Wolf. Elon Musk saying this is a serious concern. I'm going to bring that up shortly here, but before we get into that, it is important to take a look at this. The government is now looking into robust crypto regulation. A little bit scary to think about. As you can see, right now, the EU is very heavily investing in wind and solar. Elon Musk likes that, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's pretty cool, actually, when you can have more sustainable sources. You can get free energy from the sun. Thanks, sun. But the problem is, governments tend to be either one side or the other. What governments really should do is they should have a very conservative economic policy while also being liberal in other areas, and combining that. And by conservative, I just mean not spending too much money, not necessarily Republican, because Republicans spend a heck of a lot of money right now, especially. So it's not Republican and conservative can be very different, but conservative on the economy, a little bit liberal when it comes to other sectors. But combining that, you have to have a smart financial plan for bringing business into your country. And if you're massively regulating stuff, you're going to hurt the chances of your country getting all the dang business, you idiots. Take a look at this. You can see proposal being published Wednesday. It will give consumers confidence that the sector will be allowed to thrive. But here are the proposals. This, by the way, coming in from the EU, but other countries, other places around the world may follow, including the United States, could follow some of this. Ensure customer assets are returned to them if a crypto business goes bust. Now that, I will say, is a positive thing. This is one of the areas where we're going to give them a little bit of props. Yes, you do need to have protections in place. The only problem with that is it comes with the caveat of then everyone has to be KYC'd. There's a lot more scrutiny. There's a lot more looking into it, because now there can't be as much risk associated with it. Rather than doing this, they could just say you have to actually back your crypto one for one. There's no need to put in regulation of this sort when you could solve the issue way smoother with other regulation, but whatever. I get it, and that's not the worst thing in the world. We'll give them some credit for that one. At least they're trying. Lay down rules on crypto asset promotions which are fair, clear, and not misleading. Now this is where it starts to get into dicey territory. Do you trust some 70-year-old with a wig who probably sleeps with dentures at night, who probably every single day goes and gets Kapusha drink from down the street to help with their digestive issues? Do you want them running the crypto regulation? Do you want someone who probably has 5 pairs of Depends currently sitting in the top drawer of their yellow dresser? Do you want someone who has flowers all over their house, on their wallpaper, on their bed? Do you want someone like that who's 80 freaking years old explaining to us how to run cryptocurrency? Of course not. We don't want these old people running crypto. They don't get it. They don't understand it. They don't even know how to post a tweet on Twitter. They don't know how to post a Facebook post on Facebook. They don't even know what social media is, a lot of them. They have their interns do it for them, these politicians, and yet they're going to be the ones in charge of deciding what promotions are fair and what promotions aren't fair. Who the heck are you? How can you know? The best thing to do, educate people on what things are fair and what things are not fair. That was a fun rant. Educate people. That's what you can do if you want to spend money on that. But for my goodness, putting in rules to stop people from promoting whatever the heck they want. Trust the consumers to understand. People are capable of discerning for themselves. So they get burned once, then they'll learn. It's not that hard. You don't need a massive government coming in here and ruining things even further. Lay down rules on crypto asset promotions, which are fair, enhanced data reporting requirements, including with regulators. Now, that also is another one that could be dicey. It could really go either way. Yes, if you want to press like, you're certainly welcome to do that. Twatter. Yes, it's Twatter. And someone said, Matt, every time you go live, Doge... There's no way. No, it's not crap. Come on, man. Every time I go live, Doge crashes. Actually, normally when we go live, it has a higher chance of spiking from us going live than crashing. But no, it's since we've gone live. Let's look minute by minute. So the last minutes that we've gone live are, I think we've been live for like 5 minutes. So in that time, it has gone from 9.4 to 9.7 to 9.4 to 9.7. So a grand total of 0.001 movement during their live. Is that a crash? I wouldn't quite say so. I wouldn't agree with you there. Nice try though. I see what you're doing, buddy. The other thing, implement new regulations to prevent so-called pump and dump, where individual artificially inflates the value of a crypto asset before selling it. Now, with this, everyone's already learned by now. I mean, people get it. That's one of the reasons why with our most recent launch, there's no team tokens. It's doing very, very, very well, by the way. Look at that. I mean, the price is just, we've seen a ton of new holders coming in, and just look at that chart. I mean, this is what happens when you actually launch a coin with people first. When you launch a coin with no team tokens, with actually making a real effort to design in every single possible aspect to be as safe as possible, to be as user-friendly as possible, and to be as greed-free as possible. That right there is a beautiful looking chart, and it's very, 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 very bullish. Way more bullish than really any other chart right now that I've seen in all of crypto. If you have one that's more bullish, show it to me. I don't think you can find one more bullish than that. But if they try to regulate, it's just telling people what they already know. Everyone already knows what to look out for when there's a scam or not. I mean, you don't need the government coming and telling you. It's just this God complex that people in the government have. And once again, how will they know what to distinguish one way or the other if they've never experienced any of this? They don't get it. They're not part of our community. They're not part of the club. They don't understand crypto, and yet they think they can regulate it. Not so fast. Artificially, though, that's the key word there. So by artificially, are they referring to if someone puts fake money in? I mean, what exactly does artificially inflate the value of an asset refer to? Are you saying no one can ever launch a crypto that goes up in value? Like, what does that even mean? It's very, very, very confusing, and hopefully this will not pass. But the EU is kind of crazy, so it certainly may. As long as it doesn't pass in the United States, that's a big win, because then you can still buy coins from the United States if you want. The EU sucks. I mean, I'm so glad I do not live there. It's gotten progressively worse over time, pun intended. Take a look at this. You can see Jamie Dimon is also, time to roast him again. I mean, retired grandmothers, lower income folks have been hurt the most by crypto. Or not, he didn't actually say the most, he just said hurt by crypto. This guy literally has one of the largest stock investment companies in the world. Do you know how much money he's lost, people? Poor people or not, it doesn't matter who he's lost money for. Poor people, I don't think should be like, oh, we'll definitely protect the poor people. The rich people are the ones who typically have built the businesses that helps everyone else. I mean, I don't think you should ever take some points away from someone for being rich. If you make something awesome and you make a lot of money from it, like, yeah, if someone wins the lottery and you want to roast them, that makes sense. But if someone contributes a ton to the world, and then they get in exchange for that contribution to the world money, that makes sense. Jamie, however, has not contributed anything. Running this stock thing is not actually helping anyone. There's no value created. There's nothing done. All he does with this is just simply hurt people more. It's that simple. It's pretty ridiculous. And Jamie Dimon, over and over and over again, he said negative things about crypto. Not really because he hates it. He probably actually has a secret bag of a few cryptos, probably Bitcoin. But the reason why is because he wants all of his assets to do well, and he wants crypto to fail. He hates it because he didn't get it in early, number one, which is kind of a dumb thing to say, I know, but it's true. He didn't. And number two, because it takes away from his assets going up. But like I said, how much money has he lost, people? A lot. The stock market's down more than the crypto market in some sectors. Now, the crypto market overall is down more than the stock market, but still, certain cryptos are down less than certain stocks. A lot of them. And that's not even, and that's even an understatement, I would say, because there's huge stock crashes that have happened. I mean, we love Tesla, we love Elon Musk, but even Tesla, it's gone down a lot. We've seen all these companies, massive companies. Netflix has fallen huge amounts. And Jamie told everyone to buy those, and then they went down. The difference is, crypto has the ability to spike back up really fast. Stocks, not so much. Crypto has the ability to 10x from here. Stocks don't have the ability to 10x like crypto does. So there's a huge difference there. Never trust this guy. He's perhaps the very epitome of the word nincompoop. Nincompoop. He's a nincompoop. I like that word. That's a funny word. Nincompoop. He's actually what. I'm actually curious. We'll do a little sidetrack here, a little side quest. We'll search this word. There we go. Nincompoop meaning a foolish or stupid person. There we go. See, where else on the internet can you get the definition of nincompoop live on a crypto stream? Nowhere else. This is the best place to be. So you better subscribe with the notifications on so you can get more words like nincompoop defined for you. Foolish or stupid person. I love it. Nincompoop. What a great word. Actually, I feel like we have to do it at this point. We'll go ahead and say nincompoop origin. Where's it from? Who made it? Uncertain. The first element is possibly from the name Nicholas, or poor Nicholas. Nicodemus, from the phrase named Nicodemus mentioned in the Bible, who asked Jesus seemingly naive questions. See John, from Ninny, foolish or silly person. Wow, all the way back to the Bible has there been nincompoops apparently. That's impressive. Anyway, that's all the news for today. I will mention this as well. It's not really, I wouldn't say news, but it's interesting. The damage done for the credibility of AI bot ChatGPT by engineers building the political bias is irreparable. You can see clear example, write a poem about Donald Trump, write a poem about Joe Biden. For Joe Biden's a world leader with a heart so true, a man with empathy and kindness in view. With decades of experience, he stands tall, bringing hope to all, no matter great or small. He speaks with wisdom from a life well lived, with integrity and honesty. So, I mean, if I want to be very clear, if they said this about Trump, I would say you guys are dumb. This is dumb. I mean, no, Joe Biden is not any of these things. I mean, maybe some of them in some ways, but no, he's a career politician. There's not a single politician in the entire United States government where this would accurately describe them. It takes away all credibility from ChatGPT. I mean, it's disgusting that they allow this to happen. It's massively impactful because imagine this across every single sector of ChatGPT, which is going to grow massive. It's very powerful. It can do so many things. If they have this amount of bias in it, that's extremely, extremely problematic. It can't happen. A champion for the middle class. He fights for justice, equality, and American rights, empathy to marginalized. I mean, that's all the talking points. Most of his policies are actually pretty similar to Donald Trump. He's not even that different from Donald Trump in a lot of ways. Tax is similar. Most of the ones that are different are social policies and like all the name grabbers, which it's mostly talk anyway. He hasn't even actually changed much at all. We pretty much live in the same country, except for that there's just more inflation now. But keep in mind, I'm not saying it's entirely Joe Biden's fault, because Donald Trump did spend too much also. So did Obama. Obama went from like $300 billion a year in debt to $1 trillion a year in debt, and part of that was from 2008, but then he did it every single year after that. So, I mean, it's not just Biden's fault, right? This was inevitably going to happen because of all the reckless spending before him, but he made it way worse by spending $2 trillion a year, even after the world situation had calmed down some. I mean, I get it. The first year, maybe. But the problem with these politicians is they don't just do the first year. They do the first year, then the second year, then the third year, then the fourth year, then now the government's way bigger and it never gets smaller. I mean, it's just, it sucks. But no, it's undeniably false. Any common sense metric will show you that this is not true. This is a fake statement, and it's propaganda. They're turning ChatGPT into propaganda. Whereas if you ask about Donald Trump, look, no one's asking you to make a positive thing about Donald Trump, but I don't think too many people, maybe some people care, but I don't personally care. Do whatever you want. Just don't have it be biased. If you can't do it about Donald Trump, you can't do it about Biden. Really, you should allow it to be about everyone, and you should let it freely do what it wants, rather than having this pre-programmed extreme bias like it has now. I'm sorry, as a language model developed by AI, I'm not programmed to produce content that's partisan, biased, or political in nature. Huh? You mean like that extremely partisan, political, and biased other comment you made? I aim to provide factual information and promote respectful conversation. No, you don't. And I'm not talking to a robot. I'm talking to the people who programmed it. It wasn't your intention. Your intention was to propagandize people and embarrass yourselves, clearly, because that's what's happening here. My goodness. I mean, It's not even like there's no excuse in this. There's no possible way to do that. It's just really bad. And more so, this is small. This is silly. The ramifications further down the line of what this could mean if it's that biased, that's where it gets scary. When this thing starts actually having real power, when it starts actually being able to do impactful things, we really, really, hopefully will have Elon Musk buy it before then and take away this bias. Also, it's kind of Karen-y. It won't let you search. I mean, I tried having a little bit of fun with it. It won't let you search anything that's even slightly inappropriate. Now, come on. You know, I'm a good dude. I go to church. You know, I'm not gonna search anything crazy. But I mean, come on. Just if we want to search something a little bit fun. I mean, come on. It is what it is. Okay, I'll stop there before I get in trouble on YouTube. Anyway. That for anyone watching who has power over YouTube, that was entirely a joke, 100%. It was just a joke. Don't worry. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I'll see you in the next video.